if you begin with the presumption you can't get anything done without forging agreement between two parties, one of which is center-left and pretty pragmatic, and the other of which is now extremely ideological and strategic in its hyper-partisanship, which is built around the broader plans of architect and salesman Paul Ryan, who is one impressive and formidable salesman for his plan. But if you look at it, the broader plan includes a dramatic reduction in taxes and tax rates. I mean, there is a promise not to pay for extension of expiring tax cuts, but pay for the further reductions through, quote, tax reform. But that becomes a cover. We're all going to do that. We're going to lower rates and get rid of all of those destructive deductions and credits that stand in the way of economic efficiency. But alas, the biggest producing ones would be to make capital gains taxes about the same as ordinary income, and that is off the table as many such other items are. It involves dramatic cuts in taxes, increases in defense spending, the effort to contain Medicare budget, but not immediately, because politically that's radioactive. It's to phase it in with people who are now under 55 years of age, setting up a system of, call them whatever you want, vouchers or premium support, but it really is an effort to begin to put a cap on the spending, not as ACA does with an overall budget that then gets policed by an independent commission, forcing Congress, hopefully, to act in ways to do it, but rather we presume over time either the benefits of competition among insurers will lower the cost and that will take care of it. If not, it's inevitable that the real value of those relative to healthcare costs will decline over time. And finally, and the most important, which we see unfolding now, is a series of block grants, especially for Medicaid, whose, I think, largest cost, or one of its largest costs, is long-term care. It's really quite extraordinary what is being proposed. And now, after the threat of a government shutdown and a default with the debt ceiling, agreement was reached, and now that, although signed into law, is being renegotiated, reset, and Ryan's budget committee right now is working on changing that and instituting much deeper cuts in means-tested programs and fewer, if any, reductions in defense spending, the sequestration part of it. Deeper cuts overall than called for in spending, and a shift in a really dramatic way. It's possible that over time a premium support system would work for Medicare, but I sure wouldn't want to try it until we had seen how we did with the exchanges and ACA, how we do with much easier risk adjustment to keep insurers from cherry picking, and to see if individual consumers have enough discretion to choose plans that would actually lead to economies in the production of services when in fact those costs are highly concentrated among a minority of beneficiaries.